Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Bread and Butter Sports Podcast, episode 11. 11 on the 11th. 11-11, make a wish.
It's not 11-11, though.
Yeah,
it's
it
10-11.
is. What do you mean?
Episode 11 on 10-11, 2017.
I'm pretty sure it's like 2:15, actually.
Shut up.
Why can't you let us live our dreams? Whatever.
Sorry, okay.
Whatever, man.
It's sick.
Sorry.
We planned this.
Thank you for everybody tuning in today. We got a lot to talk about before we head into the weekend. Let's dive into some high school football, guys. Preview games to look forward to. Foothill League Week 2, Hart at Canyon, Golden Valley at Valencia, and Saugus versus West Ranch. Last week, Valencia dominated Hart in, what was it, a 42-14. They just look like a machine. The Valencia Vikings look like a machine.
They put up 14 points within the first, 6 minutes of the game, and then just Hart had to play catch-up the whole time, and they really couldn't.
Couldn't what?
What could they not do?
They couldn't catch up.
Oh,
They kept turning the ball over. They couldn't.
Yeah.
JT Stroud fumbled one that they took back, and I think he threw 2 interceptions also.
Yeah. But they played Golden Valley this week?
Valencia plays Golden Valley this week. Golden Valley was shut out by Saugus, who was in last place in the Foothill League standings going into Foothill League play. And Golden Valley did not look like they were ready to play at all. As a matter of fact, it was a very boring game. I was there. I would know.
Yeah, they didn't really get anything going on offense, did they?
Not at all.
I mean, their defense looked all right. It wasn't too bad.
No.
I think, but yeah, didn't they score 3 points or something like that?
Who? They scored 0.
They scored 0.
It was 17-0.
Oh, yeah.
Against, what was that, Golden Valley?
Against
Saugus.
Yeah, but Golden Valley scored no points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a new leader in tackles. It used to be Derice Morganfield. It's now Jake Killingsworth of West Ranch. He has 57 total tackles on the year.
Yeah, I was looking at those stats of all the Foothill League.
On
and
Max
if you look at them on Max Preps, at almost every category, it's a Valencia player leading it.
The first 3 leaders in touchdowns are all Valencia players.
It's the more offensive stats. Passing yards, Connor Downs has 1,522 yards. Moises Haynes has 899. He's on pace to, maybe get 1,500? 1,600?
Wait, Valencia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I want to say that they're halfway through the season.
They're halfway there.
They're more than halfway.
They're more than halfway?
They're 2/3. Mikkel Wright has 582 yards receiving, and Moises Haynes leads the category of total points with 84. He also has 14 total touchdowns. Yeah. Guys, going into this Foothill League matchup week 2, let's make some predictions. Hart at Canyon. Canyon came out the gates kind of fast versus West Ranch, but couldn't keep the momentum going. They ended up losing to West Ranch by the final score of 35-14. What do you guys make of that game? Does Hart bounce back and get their first Foothill League game?
I think
win?
So.
Yeah?
They should.
They should be able to. They definitely need to play with some urgency. I think on the road they should be able to be a collective group.
I feel like Shrout is too good to have another bad game like that.
You think so? Yeah. I never know. I expected the Hart to be way better this season, and they're not. So, I'm expected to be let down.
I try to not put too much on non-conference games, non-league games, and I mean they did come out and play Valencia, which is going to be their hardest test all year. So
yeah.
Golden Valley at Valencia is the next game, guys. I think we can all agree to a bread and butter sweep.
Yeah, bread and butter sweep.
I don't know.
I'm
just kidding.
Golden Valley could do it. I don't think they will do it. But
they lost to Saugus. I mean, that's kind of saying a lot. But Saugus versus West Ranch. West Ranch is still the only undefeated team.
That'll be the closest game, I think.
I think that's going to be pretty close, but I think West Ranch will do it and prove to 6-9.
I'm going to pick Saugus.
You're going to pick Saugus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All righty. We'll go with that.
Shout out to Richard.
Shout out to Richard, alma mater.
Blue.
Saugus alum.
Please blue, wearing blue.
Hell yes, brother.
Hell yes, brother.
Let's move on to COC Athletics, guys. The football team takes on Ventura tomorrow night, rather. The College of the Canyons Cougars are ranked 11th in the state. They'll be playing number 13 Ventura in Ventura
tomorrow.
Yep. Canyons 4-1 on the year.
Undefeated on the road.
Undefeated on the road. This is going to be a nice little test going into conference play.
Yep.
Yeah. Should be something good. Let's highlight Dorian Gerald, COC sophomore. He's a Tennessee. He's committed to go to Tennessee. He leads the Northern League and ranks third in the SCFA with 5.5 sacks in 4 games. And then meanwhile, Ventura defensive lineman Jesse Lemonnier has tallied 43 total tackles and ranks 8th in the SCFA. Should be a pretty good game, guys.
Yep.
Definitely a tough game on the road out there.
Yeah, it'll be tough, I think.
Guys.
I mean, they did good. What was the team they lost to again?
Yeah, I am a little nervous.
Fullerton. I mean, they did really good against Fullerton, and Ventura's not as good as Fullerton.
Fullerton's the number 1 ranked team.
I definitely think that they have a good shot to win.
Tim Strong said it should be not a problem for us.
Quote Tim Strong.
But I don't know. I'm a little paranoid.
I mean, it's a tough game on the road, so I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they lose. But I mean, I think coming off a bye week, they have extra time to prepare. I think that they'll get the win. I
think we can all say the pressure's on them to keep a undefeated mark on the road.
I feel like there's not a lot of pressure to lose a game like this. It's not a bad loss, you know.
Yeah,
but I think
it could be a really good win. Though,
yeah.
You know?
It is, but that's the thing. I feel like it's
like a momentum changing win.
It's a low risk, high reward kind of game for them.
All right.
The Cougars average more than 492 yards of total offense and 36 points a game, having scored no less than 28 points in any contest this year. Give a lot of credit to Andrew Burrito and the offensive company for really just getting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the flip side, though, they also give up a lot of points.
True.
Yeah, that they do.
They do.
So they always keep it interesting. Yeah.
And then the last bit of stats here for Ventura. They've also found offensive success this year, averaging 487 yards of total offense and more than 40 points per game. So this is going to be a really offensive matchup. No doubt about that. Let's move on to women's volleyball. The Lady Cougars take on West LA at home tonight at 6. For the Lady Cougars, this is their first divisional game of the year. Coach Timmons and company are riding high on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, they won their last game in straight sets against Moore Park College, who was ranked only like three slots under them in state.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what their state ranking is for volleyball, but I know they're inside the top 10.
I want to say they came into
state.
They were 13th going into the game.
Yeah. Okay,
and then they won, so I couldn't assume them going down. I think they only have to go up. But.
Yeah. I think in their conference or something, they were 11th. I remember number 11. I don't remember if it was state or conference, but
well, if you're in the area tonight, if you want to see a good volleyball team, possibly go for 6 in a row, this is the team to do it. Yeah. Women's soccer will be back in action this Friday versus Bakersfield. The Lady Cougars will be playing their first divisional matchup. Game time is at 5:30. Also, Friday night, if you're here, that's another great soccer team. They score a lot of goals. Their last game, they scored a touchdown. They scored 7.
Dang.
I think that's a different kind of football.
I know.
Also, a touchdown's worth 6.
Oh, a touchdown and an extra point.
There
you go.
Fail.
Pirates and Vikings, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Tomato, whatever. Moving on to the national aspect, guys. I don't know if you guys saw this last night.
Literally national.
Literally national is correct. The United States men's national team will not be qualifying for the World Cup. They lost last night to Trinidad and Tobago in a 2-1 losing effort. In a matchup maybe they should have won. In fact, they should have won a few of these World Cup qualifying matchups. Going to go back just a little bit in time. In the World Cup qualifying matchup, guys, the United States has lost at home to Costa Rica 2-0, a game in which they should have won. They drew against Honduras, which is yet again a game they should have won. They beat Panama 4-0, which is nice. But this was a much-needed win, guys. And all across all sports talk, radio, television, Twitter, Facebook, the talk was the United States men's national team just failing. Epically failing.
It's an embarrassment.
Disappointing.
It's so disappointing. And as a big soccer fan myself, it just hurts because I feel like, I think you guys could even agree, even if you're not even a soccer fan, that there has been growth in the sport. When the World Cup does come around, we do rally around Team USA, and we all watch. You know, I go to the bars, it's always filled USA fans. So it's going to hurt next summer for that support really not to be here. I feel bad for Pulisic because he's our young prodigy, and for him not to be in the World Cup is huge. But I think what opened my eyes is the young kids now who are playing soccer in America are not going to see Christian in that World Cup. I think that's a big effect that we don't see now that we will see in a couple of years. But this is definitely huge. I mean, last time they didn't make it was 1986, and we're talking about teams like Trinidad and Tobago. Like, if you can't beat them, and I was watching that game, they literally had no more than 500 people at that game. If you can't beat them, you can't go into Russia and face a Belgium. You can't beat a Italy. Definitely not a Germany. Like, this, I mean, I was shocked.
It's really sad, no doubt about that. And if anyone who watches The Herd with Colin Cowherd, he said it best. Christian Pulisic is like the Jordan of this team. But who is his Pippen?
Yeah, who?
Nobody. Michael Bradley, awful. Josie Altidore, awful. Clint Dempsey. Yes.
They're professional players, man.
No, it was awful.
It was awful.
I mean, they played awful.
But this is why I think a lot of soccer fans don't know how bad this is. When they face teams like Trinidad and Tobago, guess who their starting 11 is? These guys have regular day jobs and are semi-professional players. They're not even qualified to play in the MLS yet. They're literally fishing, having to grind. Then they'll practice soccer for 2 hours. These are the guys that are beating USA that we have. These guys are on full salary. These are their full-time jobs. Adidas racking them out. Nike's not racking them out. Christian's in Germany playing Borussia Dortmund, which is a team that plays in the Champions League every year. To go to Trinidad and Tobago, face a guy who probably just got off work. I guess not even a disrespectful way because these guys play hard. Dude, I'm Salvadorian, so when they go play my national team, dude, at least 10 of the starters are not classified as a pro player. They're literally third, fourth division Salvadorian players. Maybe we got one guy who's like in MLS and the bench. That's the type of teams that are beating this USA team. So imagine when they go face a Belgium that has guys on Juventus, Real Madrid. They play for, Man U. It's just embarrassing. I mean,
and there are players who do play for Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago who are in the MLS, but you don't really hear much about them. But it's just ridiculously sad. And Richard, if you could pull up for us, last night, was it Taylor Twellman? He said it pretty well himself.
Yeah, it was
on
awesome.
Sports Center. Richard, if you could pull that up for us.
It's not just about tonight. And anyone at home, sitting at home, saying it's about the game against Trinidad and Tobago, 100% unequivocally, it is not about tonight. It is a complete embarrassment when you look at CONCACAF for the amount of resources and the amount of money that is put into our sport. Here's what I said. If you can't beat Panama at home and you can't beat Trinidad on the road, you don't deserve to go to the World Cup.
In the United States, I personally think, along with Taylor Twellman, that there is a sense of egotistical pride. Why? You are not Belgium. You are not Italy. You are not Spain. You are not Brazil. The main objective for the United States and for Bruce Arena is to qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. Not to win it. We can't win it. Maybe give us like 10 more years, Christian Pulisic, if there's like another really good future product. Yeah. But we're not anywhere near the level of Spain. Yeah, we never were. And Alexi Lawless said it best himself. Richard, if you could also pull this up. This was a month ago. I want to say before the Panama game or maybe the Honduras game. He said it best himself. Let's give it a listen.
Tim Howard. Tim, the Belgium game ended 3 years ago. We need you to save the ball now. Jeff Cameron, clean it up or let's get someone who will. Clint Dempsey, yeah, you're a national team legend. Now we need you to be a national team leader. Michael Bradley, the U.S. does not need you to be zen. The U.S. needs you to play better. Josie Altidore, is this really as good as it gets? Because it's still not good enough. Bruce Arena. Bruce, Jurgen Klinsmann lost at home to Mexico. You lost at home to Costa Rica. This is now all on you, not Jurgen. Oh, and by the way, to all the guys that I didn't mention it because you don't even warrant to mention. That includes you too, Wonder Boy.
George, me and you are big soccer fans. Mm-hmm. Tanner and Taylor, not so much. But you're here anyway to help us out.
It's still to me, it's crazy, even though I'm not a soccer fan, because this is the first time, I guess in all of our bread and butter, everyone on the podcast, it's the first time in our lifetime that we haven't seen them in the World Cup.
Exactly.
True. That's what's crazy to me more than anything.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't pay attention to soccer as much as anyone else, but like most Americans, every 4 years I get to watch soccer and cheer on USA. I mean, 8 now, but
Hopefully.
maybe, yeah.
Hopefully it's 8.
But
Yeah, I think we were saying, Taylor, it feels good. Honestly, like, soccer's not that big, either, but when that World Cup, we're all watching it together. The guy who doesn't
I think
watch that much.
Zach said it too. Like, realistically, we don't expect to win, but it's like it's fun to see how far we can get.
Yeah. And if you remember in the last World Cup, we played Belgium, and we played great.
We played a good World Cup.
And Tim Howard definitely was the man of the match. He had over 10 saves, and he let a few in, which is going to happen when you're playing Belgium. And give credit to Julian Green too. He scored a goal for the United States. Absolute shot.
18-year-old kid that came in there and did that.
And that's over. And Alexi Law said it best. If you got to get past that. Tim Howard, you got to get past that. United States, you have to get past that. You have to find grit to play. Let me tell you, guys, can I tell you some teams that are in the World Cup?
Iceland.
I can get that off the top of my head, dude.
Saudi Arabia.
Wow, bro.
South Korea.
When does Saudi Arabia ever make the World? They weren't even in it the last 2 or 3.
Egypt.
Oh, my God.
The last time they were in it was the 90s.
That's sad. I'm not too sure. I think Bob Bradley's still the coach of Egypt. I'm not positive, but that would be pretty interesting. But Egypt is in. Come on. South Korea made
Egypt has the Egyptian Messi and Mohamed Salah. But Panama, Colombia. Well, Colombia's always been a great team.
Yeah.
But Panama. The CONCACAF, like I said, Costa Rica. CONCACAF is set up for teams like Mexico and the United States. Because Mexico's in.
Them, literally bully these guys.
Mexico is in. They've been in.
And real quick, I want to know, Zach, like your opinion, because we both watched the last World Cup, so I want to get your take. After you watched that World Cup, the conversations for USA was like, all right, we made great strides. Now can we beat, like a Belgium? Can we get, like for the next one, can we beat maybe in Argentina? Can we get around like a 2-1? But now that we miss it, it's almost like was just a big setback.
It's a big step backwards.
We got pushed back even from that mark. Where do we go now?
The firing of Klinsmann looks like a joke now.
Yeah.
And Bruce Arena got fired. He was first to get fired before Klinsmann. So remember that. I think if USA had made it, if they could have beaten Argentina, because Argentina was on the brink of losing until Messi scored a hat trick.
He put him on the back.
Yeah. Beating the likes of Belgium seems nearly impossible. Belgium is actually a team favored to win the World Cup. They have a lot of power.
Lukaku starting a striker. He's beasting at Man U.
Kevin Lukaku, Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, if you can't beat Trinidad Tobago, you have no business lining up with Hazard and De Bruyne and Lukaku on the other side.
And Bruce Arena was quoted on saying, "This is a blemish." This is not a blemish. You know what can clear blemishes? Clean and clear.
Yeah, blemish remover.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't wake up with like half of the U.S. Confederation fired. I don't even know how it hasn't happened, but hey.
The World Cup will be interesting, though. Nonetheless,
give it time.
Yeah. Nonetheless, the World Cup will be interesting. It's arguably the most watched sporting event.
I'm pulling for Iceland.
Iceland went
That's
far.
what Dave said too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Iceland actually beat England in the Euros, which was like the biggest shock ever.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the World Cup last time?
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Oh,
Germany beat
Argentina.
Messi's Argentina, and it actually went into overtime, so that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Götze hit
I don't
the game
remember
winner.
what it was called, but like Messi won like the MVP.
Yeah, he won
the
like
Golden
the
Boot.
Golden Boot of the
Okay,
tournament.
that's what it's called.
Even though he lost.
Yeah.
Does that happen often?
Because he
Yeah.
literally carried them there. Like he literally carried them there. But
I remember I was
Shock.
rooting for them just because I was like, man,
I
you
like
got
that.
a guy
he
playing
kind of
that
does like a
well.
little soccer, man.
I literally only watch when the World Cup comes around, but that's like my last memory of soccer.
Right,
you know?
right.
It was just, and I was like, man, like, how do you not root for a guy who's like playing like that? You know. So.
The last time I watched soccer was when Brazil got
Thumped.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I
they
was
got
rooting for
thumped.
Brazil, and I was like, oh,
Well, Brazil's back.
This is my fault. So
Russia's in it
did
because they're
this.
the host, but that's all we got to say
but
about
if you're the
US.
host, you automatically get in.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they should,
We should
try
host
to
one.
host one.
Yeah.
They've been trying to. They have been trying to. I mean, we got the Olympics, but now we got to try for that World Cup.
They're like, no, we want a more competitive team to host it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have a shot in the Olympics. Yeah, we're good at that.
My thoughts exactly. But we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll leave that one there, but huge disappointment nonetheless.
Let's dive into some baseball, guys. The Nationals will take on the Cubs in an elimination game. That game has already started.
It's 1-0 Nationals.
1-0 Nationals. It was earlier stated that Steven Strasburg, during that rain out game, he wasn't going to pitch. It was reported he was not feeling well, and he's like, I'm not going to pitch. And then it later reported today he was facing some harsh criticism from his own teammates to pitch.
Wow.
This is the Nationals guy. $200 million contract.
I think Max Scherzer is the best pitcher on the Nationals.
You can make a statement for that, but if anything else, Steven Strasburg can do what Max Scherzer can do. But Max Scherzer is hurt.
Yeah.
They scored on an error by Addison Russell, which never happens. So it's not even an earned run for Arrieta.
Remember, Taylor, you can reach first base on an error. Me and Taylor could not think of that yesterday.
We did a quiz yesterday on there's 7 ways to reach first
On an error.
And we forgot.
No.
Error
That's
was
one of
the
them.
ones we forgot.
I'll give you credit. I'll give you $1 if you can name 4 of them. No,
Ways to reach first
Yeah.
without getting a hit?
No. Just getting on first base.
Oh, okay, getting a hit.
That's one.
Getting on by air. Passed ball.
No.
Wild pitch isn't one of them? Like drop third strike?
If that drop third strike.
Okay, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
And fielder's choice.
I forgot that one too.
Yeah, and walk.
I got pinch hitter, hit by pitch, walk, hit. Not pitch. It's pinch runner, not pitch hitter. My bad. But yeah, there's 7 ways to get on first. Oh, and catcher's interference is another one.
Right.
I hate catchers.
I'm a catcher.
Jerks.
Don't hate me.
Jerks.
So it's the top of the 4th right now.
And it's 1-0 Nationals.
Yeah.
Cubs win. They will face the Dodgers in the championship series.
Again.
Yep. And the next game today is a win or go home. It's Game 5. Yankees and Indians. CC Sabathia will take the mound for the Yankees. He pitched pretty well last time out, going 5 1/3 with 5 Ks. His counterpart is the expected AL Cy Young Award winner, even though he did not look like that, Corey Kluber. Last time out, he faced the Yankees, and I believe it was Game 1 of that, or Game 1 or 2. He went only 2 2/3 of an innings and gave up 6 runs.
Sabathia? I think it was game.
No, it was Kluber.
No, CC Sabathia pitched game 2, but he's talking about Corey Kluber.
I think that was game 2.
Yeah, CC Sabathia.
So this is it, guys. Game 5 on the line. The Yankees have looked like they can really push the Indians out of this. You guys rooting for the Yankees and their momentum?
I will never root for the Yankees, but I absolutely think that they can win. Yeah, I mean,
why not? They're only there.
I don't know.
Judge.
I think Kluber is too good.
But did you see his last outing?
But I mean, he pitched good last year in the postseason. He has experience doing it. I mean,
and also the Indians' bullpen.
It's a bad game. You know, everyone has a bad game.
The Indians' bullpen is too good to let this happen to them. Like, I think this is just.
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong, but
I think the Indians are too good to let this.
Yeah,
I mean, people.
true.
I mean, they're
predicted
the
to win the World
favorite.
Series.
I mean, I don't. I mean, if they get bounced first round,
22
that's
games.
tough.
22 games in a row. Don't forget that.
I thought I predicted that the Astros would beat them next, but if it happens earlier than that, then I don't even know what the Yankees can do, because the Yankees are just.
If the Yankees do this,
on
that's
offense.
scary.
I think that MLB is definitely pushing for a LA New York World Series.
Oh, God,
just
kill
because
me.
that sells. But I mean, I definitely don't want to see New York go. But
I don't want to see either of those teams go.
I know you don't, Taylor. I know, but you deep down you love the Dodgers.
Heck yeah.
We'll give you that clue.
You
I
always
love
want to
the
go to
Dodgers.
Dodger games with me.
I'm already going.
Shut up.
A Doyer game?
If it's the Cubs, I'll go.
Heck yeah.
Depending on how much tickets are, because I have
Tickets
Just
start
a couple
at
grand, man. Don't be
tickets
cheap.
start at $98.
Oh, that's like a day and a half of working. So
It's like my whole.
Yeah.
It's my wage. It's my whole wage.
That's just one paycheck. It's no big deal. I don't have to eat this month.
Richard, tell me some facts, man.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then. Tell me some facts, dude.
All right, let me just pull this up.
We got some stuff to say. Ooh.
what was that?
Ooh.
All right.
Careful there.
Alrighty then.
So today, October 11th, just dropped my phone. Fuck it, we in it.
We are here.
In 1975, SNL debuts
All
with
right.
George Carlin
Wow.
as the host. It's been airing for 42 years, won 58 Primetime Emmy Awards, 2 Peabody Awards, and 4 Writers Guild of America Awards.
They just won an Emmy.
I mean, that's okay, but
That's
you know.
all right.
It's not anywhere near
42
as good
years. That's a long time.
That's a long time, man.
Jay-Z was just on it. He had
He was,
a
he was a musical.
he was a musical act. He was wearing a Kaepernick jersey. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
You guys have like
He's
a
a strong supporter.
a
of Cameron,
favorite
I think,
SNL
obviously.
celebrity? Yeah,
Like someone who's been on the show?
Yeah.
There's a lot, dude. Adam Sandler.
Yeah, despite how much hate
Jim
Adam
Carrey.
Sandler gets, I love Adam Sandler.
Will Ferrell.
Dude,
Will Ferrell,
The
the
Will
GOAT.
Ferrell years were
Chevy
so
Chase. He was one of the originals.
good, man.
Jimmy Fallon. Tina Fey. Shout out to Tina Fey.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler. Seth Meyers. I'm about to
Yep.
say Seth Rogen.
You
That's
like
not
go
it.
through the whole list. It's like, damn, dude. There's
Steve
a
Martin.
lot of just
The Three Amigos. Yeah.
great artists.
Do you have any?
I mean, like Will Ferrell and
Basic.
oh man,
Yeah, he's pretty good.
We said them all just now.
yeah, I
I was
know.
trying to think of ones we didn't say.
There was.
Did you say Chris Farley?
No, I
Chris
didn't.
Farley's
He's a
good
great
one.
one.
That was, oh,
There was one guy who's on like the tip of my tongue.
that's
I'm not gonna even
Tracy
bother.
Morgan.
There you go.
legend. All right, next up. In 2008, a man from Belgium named Luc Kostermans set a new world speed record for blind drivers, driving 192 miles per hour. He borrowed a Lamborghini Gallardo and sped through an airstrip near Marseille, France.
Marseille?
Marseille.
Oh.
All right, I messed that up.
It's okay.
He had some navigational gear and a co-pilot, and he broke Mike Newman's record, which was exactly 3 years before that, in a BMW M5
Wow.
going 178.
An M5?
Yep.
How do you just let a blind man borrow a Lamborghini Gallardo?
Dude, he's
First
trying
and
to
foremost,
break records, bro.
in this town we live in, Santa Clarita Valley, Valencia, I see so many BMW M5s, and to know that car had the like
Blind
It
man,
has
blind
these
man
land
record
spin.
speed record thing, 178. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't let anybody touch my Lamborghini Gallardo, let alone a blind man.
You're trying to set a record here? Just take me.
Here,
Okay, that guy must have at least like two
Right.
other Lamborghinis.
he has connections because,
Yeah.
like, he got part of the airstrip sealed off. You know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
in
Like,
France.
Lamborghini
Balling out.
Mercy.
All right, next up, 2002, former President Jimmy Carter wins the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development.
Arguably one of the best presidents ever.
He's
Shout
up
out
there.
to Jimmy Carter.
Boom.
He's still alive.
It depends if you're talking to Democrats or Republicans.
It really,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what anything in politics.
This is it a political.
All right,
Um,
all right, all right.
he-
We'll steer away.
He's in my top 10.
We're leaving right now. All right.
Get out.
Happy
in my top
birthday, 1946, Daryl Hall, American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer.
Daryl, or Hall and Oates rather. Heck yeah.
Steve Young, 1961, American
so young.
football player and sportscaster.
He's like
Not
the
young.
second best 49ers quarterback.
That sucks. That's such a hard act to follow. And he did a great job at it, but that's
You know Joe.
1982, Terrell Suggs. Is that what you say?
Yeah,
Yep.
Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs.
He's still there.
American football player. Boom. And R.I.P. 1991, Red Fox, American actor and comedian.
Very funny comedian. I will say that.
Yep.
That it?
That
R.I.P.
will be it for
R.I.P.
Rich Facts of the Day.
Richard, thank you so much. Let's move on to college football, guys. Number 13, USC Trojans take on the Utah Utes.
The running Utes.
It was said that these two teams are going to finish first and second in the Pac-12 South.
Who said that?
It was just
Did
predicted.
they know that Washington and Washington State live in the north?
they're in the north. He's talking about Pac-12
Oh,
South.
Oh, okay.
Goofy.
play-
Why
to-
is Utah in the south?
Goofy.
Because there's too many teams in the north.
there's
You got-
way
you
too many
got
teams in the
Washington,
north.
Washington State, Oregon State. Colorado.
Stanford.
Stanford.
Why? Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Wait, Colorado's in the South, I think.
Colorado's in South. It's Stanford and one more.
And Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal.
Utah and Colorado should be in the north over the Cal.
Well, look,
I didn't pick it, Taylor.
Fix it.
Tanner, get on that, please.
Yes, sir.
Each of these two teams can put up points, averaging roughly, for SC, I think it's 35.5, and for Utah, it's 32.
Unless they're playing Texas, then they can't really put up too much
Yeah,
points.
exactly. But that's not that. However, each owes its success in the first half of the season to the defense. David Shaw was quoted on saying there's physical guys up front for both teams. David Shaw played both SC and Utah.
He beat
For
both
Stan-
of them. Oh, no, he
he
didn't
beat-
beat SC.
He
My
did
bad.
not beat SC, but he beat Utah.
Bryce Love beat Utah. Anyway, if Sam Darnold throws another interception, I'm done with him. Get out of here.
Do you have your quarterback index?
He will. He went back to number one. I was looking at
What?
that. He went back to number one. They said, "Oh, he had a bounce back game."
I
was
have no idea with those picks how he's number one, but
like, I don't. I feel like they're
Are you sure?
just going off potential.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think there's way too this hype for Sam Darnold is getting too
it's a little
much.
bit too much now, dude. Because it's not like he's
Josh
been-
Rosen's number 1.
Yeah, he hasn't been even.
Sam Darnold's number 2. Oh my!
I thought I saw him go to number
He-
1.
he-
but
He
jumped
hasn't
3
even been
spots.
playing to his hype.
Baker Mayfield went down.
He has to.
It's the same, except Will Greer is now number 10.
Really quick, Taylor. What's your opinion on that Oklahoma upset?
Who's he play for West Virginia?
They sucked. They made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, he plays for West Virginia. Someone dropped out. Someone from Auburn. From like 7 to down.
That's
It's
crazy,
like,
man.
How is
And I
Luke
think-
Falk 6?
And I think Iowa
He should.
State-
I was looking at that. He doesn't get any love from them.
You're
I
right.
mean,
He does.
I'm not looking at that anymore.
I feel like people look at
And he's balling right now.
Yeah,
at
he's Heisman.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson just because
he won the Heisman last year.
his athleticism though.
Yeah,
and
I would pick Baker Mayfield over Lamar Jackson 10 times out of 10.
I would pick Luke Falk with the way he's playing this year over Lamar Jackson.
I'm done with that website.
I have
Done
Luke
with
Falk.
it.
Get out of here.
Until next Wednesday.
I should make my own website and make a quarterback index. God,
Definitely-
Although
definitely
Baker
Luke Falk, I have
Mayfield
him up
did
there.
have,
he did lose.
I mean, they just
and
had a
he didn't throw an
terrible
interception.
loss.
He made a lot of mistakes, and his
I don't
quarterback-
put it on him. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
either.
it's him, but that's a
That
really
defense
bad
played horrible.
loss.
That
It
hey,
is, yeah.
and it is because Iowa State went in there with their second string, dude. They
Yeah.
literally lost their first string the week before.
I mean,
And they
I'm
went
not
in and
saying the
upset
whole
them.
team disappointed me. But Baker Mayfield did the most he could, I think. He had like a 75% completion
He did
percentage.
well.
But
2
I,
touchdowns.
like just as a team though, I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know how Oklahoma gets into the playoff picture.
No, I don't think so anymore.
Even if they could win out, and
Really, you don't even
I
think would even having one loss?
They play in the
that's
Big 12.
it's such a bad loss though.
They
It was bad
It's a
loss.
the way
horrible-
that
Hey, is it also that they don't have any stronger opponents to help them
yeah,
out?
like
huh?
the way the AP looks at stuff
right.
is they
It's record,
They
it's-
look on
it's-
strength of schedule.
Yeah, I know the strength
and
of
the Big 12 is not going to.
If you can, Taylor, can you pull up Oklahoma's remaining schedule? Can
That's
we just see if
that's
they have
the one.
any
That's like the
ranked
only
opponent? Yeah.
positive thing that USC has
Yeah.
going for them.
Is that they
because
still have strong opponents
is
to
be-
help them out? huh?
well, yeah,
It's 'cause they play
and
in the
because
best
their
division.
the loss that they have is not. It's not a bad loss.
Not a bad
You know,
loss.
you're on the road against
And it was a
really
ranked
Washington
opponent. It was a
State.
ranked
Yeah, it was a
opponent.
ranked
Oklahoma has plays Texas this weekend. And
Texas is still unranked. Am I
They are
correct?
unranked, correct.
Okay.
Then they go to Kansas State, which should be an easy win, but we said that about Iowa State.
True.
Then they play ranked 24th Texas Tech, who's on the rise. So
I mean, that
that'll
could
be a
help
test.
them.
And
That
then the
can
week
help
after
them.
that, they play Oklahoma State. That's 14th.
That's a huge one if they can get that win.
and
Dang,
then
so what they're going to need is they're
oh
gonna
my
need-
gosh, actually, their strength.
They have to win out.
Yeah,
If they
they-
want a shot. They
Yeah,
have to.
okay.
win
Oklahoma State's also going to have to win out, so they could look strong.
They
when
go
face
through.
Oklahoma.
They go through a gauntlet right there at Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and then TCU.
Oof.
So maybe they could get back in if they beat all those teams.
Yeah, and TCU beat Oklahoma State, right?
I think so.
Kenny
Yes.
Hill?
TCU's ranked 16th. So
Yeah, that's a
mean
that's a
sixth.
tough one.
why can't I see their schedule?
That should be a tough one. I had to take Richard's seat. Richard had to go early,
Yeah,
so I'll be in the
TCU did
the
beat
producer's
Oklahoma
role.
State 44
Yeah,
to 30.
I thought I saw
and they
that.
beat West Virginia. Nice.
Although Mason Rudolph did almost pull off a pretty epic comeback in there.
They did.
Almost.
So the Big 12 is better than I thought.
It's a solid division. I mean, but
I
it's-
always
it's-
look at like
that's
Texas.
Just such a bad loss.
I look at Texas and like
That was a very bad. Yeah, that was
and
against
like
that Iowa
Kansas
State.
and Baylor, and I'm like, oh,
Makes it worse that it was
They're not
at
good.
Oklahoma.
We get back to the SC game.
who does he play? I don't.
Utah.
They play Utah.
Running Utes, yeah. I don't know. Utah was ranked at one point this year, and then they lost to Stanford.
Utah also has
Utah beat USC
the-
last
They're
year.
ranked nationally 20th on rushing defense. They only allow 3.4 yards per carry and averaging. They only average the opponents average only 109 yards per game rushing.
Yeah. That was
And USC has a two-headed monster at
that-
back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Sam Darnold's first loss and only loss until Washington State was against Utah as a starter for USC.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's a tough game. It's not an easy. It's
I think every game in the Pac-12, aside from like Oregon State and like Cal,
Yeah,
Cal's
they're gonna
even
be
good.
tough.
Sometimes.
even Cal though. It
Yeah.
was like it was close in the first half, and then they eventually SC pulled away in the second half. But I
Even
mean,
like every team in the Pac-12 is good.
yeah,
I'm not kidding. Every team other than Oregon State, I think, can
Yeah,
take a
can-
game off anyone.
Yep.
You know, I saw something on ESPN the other day, and it was divisions better than the SEC North, I want to say.
Yeah,
And
so East.
East.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. And it was the Pac-12 North. Gosh, now I'm drawing a blank on it. The other two.
Probably Pac-12 South.
Yeah. And
What,
And
look
I
at
think maybe
look
the
up
Big 12?
Look
Yeah.
up the ACC
Yeah,
for sure.
I was going to say
The whole
ACC has
ACC.
to have
Yeah.
more teams in.
The SEC is rated worse than the Mountain West Division?
What?
No way.
That can't be.
So
SEC
list,
East.
list off everybody in the SEC East. Who would it be? I know it's like what Tennessee.
Florida. Kentucky.
Is Texas A&M in that
Vanderbilt.
one?
No, they're in the West.
In the West.
Yeah, these are the teams you don't even really. I mean, Florida
Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky,
Usually-
Vanderbilt. I
usually is
think
okay.
South Carolina.
Tennessee's not.
I just said Tennessee.
I have all the conferences and divisions if you guys want.
Hold on, let's
If-
guess. How many teams? There's 7 teams, right?
Which one?
No,
SEC
6.
East.
Oh, SEC East. Let me check.
Hold on, let's just count them off. Florida,
Tennessee.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. South
SEC
Carolina.
East, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
You
read
said
myself.
you said Florida.
Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky,
Vanderbilt.
South Carolina. Is that it? Georgia?
Missouri and Georgia.
Missouri's in the
Georgia.
East.
Missouri.
I mean,
yeah.
Georgia's about the only team that's making them respectable
who's,
right now.
Who's making these damn? Why is Missouri in the East? Do you know Missouri borders the Mississippi River?
Well, I
It's
would've-
the most
I-
west you
I
can
could have
get.
guessed
Geographic
that.
divisions. We need a reevaluation.
I should have actually. I think they meant to say. I think I should have said the SEC West. That's what they were comparing.
The SEC West is also
You need
really
to
bad.
write them a strongly worded letter about your
The
feelings.
SEC West is probably LSU, Alabama, Texas A&M,
Auburn.
Auburn, Mississippi State, Ole Miss,
Arkansas.
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 That's also really bad. Jesus.
What other?
Bama.
What you guys said the Pac? Both
All of
Pac-12.
Pac-12
Yeah.
is better than that.
ACC, all of it's better than that, I would say.
We
Big
all know.
Ten.
Well, we all know what the Pac-12 is, but let me for the ACC.
I think the Big Ten East is better than that.
The ACC, like the Atlantic Division or the Coastal.
ACC, both, all of it.
And in the Atlantic, it's Clemson, North Carolina State. Both teams can
Ranked.
give.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better after Syracuse, Florida State,
Florida State's having a disappointing season.
Louisville.
Good.
They're 1-2 in conference.
I don't care.
Okay. Wake Forest and Boston College.
Wake Forest was undefeated until last
I
week.
mean, coming into this season, you have 4 teams that you thought realistically could finish, or maybe 3 could finish, and then NC State
what's
is
the
a
other?
surprise.
What's the other ACC? It's like Pittsburgh.
Yes, it's Miami in first, Georgia Tech, who's also 2-0 in conference play, Virginia Tech, Duke, Pittsburgh, and North Carolina.
Okay, that one's worse, but
That one's worse. I mean, Miami looks pretty good right now.
And then, did you want to know the Big 12,
Big Ten.
Big 10?
Big Ten East.
East?
Yeah.
Penn
It's
State,
like Penn State, Ohio State,
Michigan State, Michigan, Maryland, Indiana, and Rutgers.
Okay, Rutgers is pretty bad, but the rest of those teams, I think, have a shot at any of those SEC teams.
I don't think any team in the Big 10 West has a shot at SEC
Well,
teams.
the SEC West is like Illinois, Northwestern.
The Big
Purdue.
Ten West, yeah,
It's not good. Yeah.
No, the only team that could put up a point is Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin's the only good one in the West, I think. And like Iowa sometimes, Nebraska sometimes, even though they're having a really disappointing season.
Sometimes.
Anyway, I hate the SEC is what we should take away from this.
True.
Pac-12 is the
True.
best division in college football.
It is.
Of course.
Who does UCLA play?
They play Arizona.
Oh, yeah. I
And
forgot about the Arizona teams. They're pretty bad.
This Arizona team.
Arizona. I remember like a couple years ago, they always.
You know, the
gave
Bruins are
SC
coming
run.
off a bye week. So
They
there's
are.
a little bit positive there, coming off a rest.
Arizona always does give SC a run for their money, though.
Yeah, I was going to say the
So is
same
Arizona
thing.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should not be an easy game for them. Definitely on the road.
I mean,
Let's
I think I'd go UCLA for sure.
I mean, their defense is always so like it's a big problem for
Both
me.
teams put up a lot of points, and there's
They
no
do.
defense. UCLA total yards on average 550.
Damn.
Arizona 496.
How many yards does UCLA give up on average?
506. And then for Arizona it's 411. It's somewhat even.
509. Oh my god.
506.
It's just going to be
Yeah, whatever.
506, Taylor. Come on, give them those 3 yards.
Put up as much points as you can, everybody.
Those 3 yards that
That's
they give
every
up
UCLA
is
game,
from
George.
when
Yeah.
Memphis takes knees when they won the game.
UCLA gives up 284 yards on the ground.
How many points per game does UCLA give up?
Repeat that one more time.
UCLA gives up 284 yards on the ground.
bro.
On the ground.
Did they play Bryce Love every time or?
It seems like it.
Dude, if UCLA
How much
played
did Bryce
Penn
Love get
State,
against
oh my
UCLA?
God.
Against
They
UCLA?
haven't played yet.
Yeah, I thought Stanford beat UCLA.
Yo, they did.
They did.
They did.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't-
They played.
He didn't have 300 yards.
That was
that's
a
for sure.
that 58-34 game when he had put the nail in the coffin
yeah,
at
they
the end of the
killed
game.
him.
He had a 63-yard run. I'll get back to you on that because now I'm in Richard's chair. I'm the statistician, so I'll get back to you on that.
Anyway, UCLA's defense is bad. Their offense is good.
Yeah.
Arizona is not as good as UCLA, I think.
Yeah.
They should win.
Basically, if you're UCLA, you literally have to score at least more than 30 points to for sure think
Yeah.
you're going to win.
I think you
Because your
can, though,
defense is
easily.
gonna be- yeah. Oh, yeah.
Josh
sure.
Rosen
Josh Rosen's
is
balling.
good, yeah.
He's playing good.
I
would
got
pick-
it right here.
I would pick Josh Rosen
Baker Mayfield.
like 9 times ahead of Sam Darnold.
You said
Right
over
now?
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I thought he. No, I thought
That's
he was.
pretty interesting
he was
statement.
trying
I would
to
pick
put
Sam
his
Darnold
index.
Okay.
behind Baker Mayfield, Falk, and Rosen. That's
Like,
it.
if you put Rosen, I think, with the USC offense, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get out of
And
town.
then I have Bryce Love's
or,
stats from
or
that
just
game.
with a defense that he doesn't have to put up 50 points to win a game.
Bryce Love, 30 carries, 263 yards.
Yeah,
in that game
figured.
against
UCLA.
Stanford. Yeah.
So he almost single-handedly got the amount of
Yeah,
rushing yards they got.
That's
It's not going to be easy. I shouldn't say that. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
He did move up though. He moved up on the Heisman watch over Baker Mayfield after.
Yeah.
What I was
Still
gonna-
Barkley, though, isn't
What
it?
I was going to
It's Barkley
transition
won.
to.
But Barkley struggled in the game.
Oh, he did really
He had
bad.
100 yards total offense still, but
I mean, he came back and he had like a
two
over
touchdowns.
50
He
yard
passed the ball
touchdown
again.
run, but
missed.
The flea flicker doesn't work that often.
The flea flicker.
You practice against it.
Yeah. What I was going to transition to, what might be a hard test for the San Diego State Aztecs,
They play Boise State.
they'll be playing Boise State at home.
That's the biggest test.
That
of the
is
year.
their biggest yeah,
That's
exactly.
their Super Bowl until they get to a bowl game.
Rashad Penny was quoted on saying, "We are taking this game like it's a championship game. It is a big week. Emotions are pumped. I feel the energy already, and it's only Monday." End quote.
There you go.
I like that. I like that.
Boise State's defense is not too good, though.
he has a huge day.
I really hope San Diego State pulls this one off, man.
Same.
I wanted to actually see them keep winning.
I've
200
been,
yards.
I've been like
200 yards.
labeled as a San Diego State fan.
You are San Diego.
I guess
State.
I am
You're not
now.
a USC fan anymore.
I have the
You're
SC
San-
shirt on right now.
Yeah, but you have a.
You're just
San
covering it
Diego
up.
State T-shirt underneath it.
I'm not an LSU fan, but I'm a Leonard Fournette fan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know.
That guy's pretty good, I think.
He's good. We'll get
Hey,
to that
I'll
later.
start it off when you called that's the Stanford game. That's how
I
it
told,
started.
well, it's because you were saying San Diego State's like not even close to Stanford, and now they're still ranked ahead of them.
did. I do remember. I definitely was like, "Nah, I think Stanford's got it." But he was like,
He was like,
"It's not
blowout."
close. It's
Yeah.
a blowout."
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from San Diego State in the past, they just haven't been able to,
I mean,
keep up with these
historically.
teams.
And I'm gonna point out again that I predicted the score correctly. I'm just gonna never let that go. So
Did
it
you?
was
That's
20-17. Yeah,
Oh,
and
damn.
that's what I predicted.
Yeah.
too long.
I'm signing contracts with Fox
Whatever
Sports.
Taylor's smoking, give it to us, brother.
Boom.
Do that. Predicting scores, getting upsets correctly.
Yeah, San Diego State I think should win.
Okay.
Boom. Let's do it. You guys.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we done with college now, or any other games that are up there
No, but let's dive into some picks. That's okay with you guys?
for NFL?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to our last picks. Okay.
I think I did pretty
so
well.
Bad.
I can remember the ones I called. I know I got the Chargers winning.
Hey, me
got
too.
that. We all got it wrong with the Steelers.
Okay.
To say.
I have the
Or did-
picks right here. But keep going. Let me before I get.
I
to it,
remember
yeah.
I was I was going to pick the Bengals, and then I feel like I switched it to the Bills.
I think
at
you
the
picked
last
the Bills and
second.
then you switched to the Bengals.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Didn't we?
I
write this
remember
down?
I picked the Bills. I got that one wrong.
I was going
Richard?
very. I was like, I really think the Bengals could win, but then I remember I could have.
Hey, did we all call Packers? Because I got the Packers.
I picked the Packers.
I think I chose the Packers.
Tanner, you
but
picked Cincinnati.
and I got the Ravens.
I
one
did
too
pick
against
Cincinnati.
my-
Okay.
I have the
Yeah.
game. I have the games and the picks right here. So Tanner, you chose the Buccaneers,
Dang it.
and that didn't go well. You chose the Colts. That went well. Chose Cincinnati.
That went well.
That
So
went well.
so
You-
he's 2-1.
you chose the- Do you have the?
We'll
football
update it
scores up
later,
too?
but yeah, I've
Yeah,
got them.
you have the. You chose the Eagles, Giants, Packers, Rams, Pittsburgh, Jets, Lions, Titans, Raiders, Chiefs, Vikings. Yeah,
Most of those are right.
Not too bad.
The Raiders lost.
I didn't do so well.
I
I'll say
didn't
that.
pick the Raiders. I don't think I did because
I picked Ravens.
They didn't have Derek
You
Carr.
you
You
did
said
pick the
you
Raiders.
picked the Raiders.
I did.
Yeah, you chose the Raiders.
and
Did
I
you choose
picked
the
the
Ravens.
Ravens.
I could have
Ravens.
Yeah.
sworn I picked.
I
the
went against
Ravens.
I went against my own team this weekend.
Wow. I
You
mean,
said I think you said the Ravens were underperforming.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
what
think
I
the
remember
Raiders can do it.
You went. You're like, man, I don't see
Man.
Joe Flacco winning in Oakland. I was like, man, I don't see Oakland.
Well, I
winning
still
without
don't think Joe
Carr.
Flacco's good at all.
No, he's not.
But,
But
I
hey,
mean,
God, I was watching that Raider game. That our secondary is so bad. Flacco looked like Brady, bro. He literally threw 3 deep long passes to Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace is a baller. I love Mike Wallace.
3 catches for
I'm
133
gonna
yards
say
for Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace was a baller.
Okay,
No.
he had 100. Look at
He had
had a good
133 yards
game.
off 3 catches.
he
had
did
a
that
good
all
game.
last season too.
Yeah. It's just that the Ravens don't get that much headlines and stuff.
It's yeah. I mean,
Last year
'cause
Flacco was horrible.
they're so
last year.
underperforming.
Yeah.
I think they. I don't know why they haven't.
I
Started.
mean, they could still easily.
Ever
win that
since
division,
Flacco
though.
won the Super Bowl, he kind of was like, "Hey, I got my bowl.
I have a lot of
I
money.
kind of could just chill it. I'll just cruise it to retirement."
Okay.
You guys ready for week 6 picks?
Yeah.
Let's do it,
I
dude.
guess.
All right, so Thursday night, we'll start with that one. It is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. George, what do you got to
For
say?
number 1 in the NFC.
Is Carolina at home?
I think
Yes.
so.
So far, I picked the Panthers to beat the Lions. I actually like the way the Panthers are playing. They're really playing to their strengths. Cam Newton seems like he's really maturing. I got him at home against the Eagles on the Thursday night.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I think he's
They're playing
he's not
good,
as
dude.
good as he was in 2015, but he's playing more.
He's what we
towards that.
thought he was gonna be.
And I like that the Panthers came off back-to-back road wins against New England and then going to Detroit and getting
Yeah.
a tough one there. So that to me was
But I mean,
huge.
Carson Wentz is
Yeah.
playing some
The-
really
the
good
whole,
football
I think
right
the
now.
Eagles team is better than the Panthers team. Like the Eagles defense is like really impressing me.
So are you going with Philadelphia?
I don't know.
and that offensive line.
yeah,
the Eagles.
I really like the
Hey,
Eagles.
these games are hard to call because they're Thursday night. So both
They're
of
Thursday
these
night.
teams
Both these teams are
on
really
short-
good.
Yeah, short week. They didn't get the
the,
rest.
the
they
fact
need.
that Carolina's at home is really what to me.
Yeah.
that's what.
I'm choosing Philadelphia.
Okay.
I don't know, guys.
You gotta
gotta
make it
pick,
quick.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay, we'll go 2-2.
Split.
I think Christian
Panthers,
McCaffrey has 100 yards.
Remember what you
Total?
said last week? The Eagles are winning the
Total?
Super Bowl,
Both
right?
combined. I said the Eagles would go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm an idiot though.
It's okay.
That's true.
Next game, Miami and Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Come on, we'll get it.
Well, Miami won last week, guys.
They did, but Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's 3-1.
Is it Atlanta at home?
Yes.
Okay, Atlanta.
Yeah.
So clean sweep of Atlanta.
Hashtag.
Don't see the Dolphins.
Yes. Quick second. Okay. Next game we have Chicago and Baltimore. Trubisky, he played on Monday night. He didn't look too bad. He gave up that costly interception though towards the end. Do you think he can get the job done versus that?
His touchdown pass was so lucky.
That
Did
it
you see
was.
the 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
What do you guys take?
I mean, Chicago has a chance now,
Yeah.
but
This is a game I just see Baltimore just losing.
I could see that, but I'm still gonna go with Baltimore.
This one I'm gonna go Ravens too. I think they got a little confidence off that Raiders win. They should push them enough against the Bears.
Taylor?
Yeah, the Ravens defense is pretty good, so I'll pick the Ravens.
I'm going to go with Baltimore as well.
Bread and butter, clean sweep, XD.
I mean, but I feel bad for Trubisky because it's like he has such a bad team around him. Aside from the running game,
Yeah.
like who he has to throw to?
They're
is
going to
not
draft
good.
either a lineman or a receiver and be really good.
Next
Well,
game.
that's what they said with Kevin White. Want.
Well, they had Jay Cutler there, so.
Next game is Cleveland and Houston. Houston does not have J.J. Watt for the rest of the year.
Whitney Merciless either.
And it's
With
announced
Mercer.
today that Kevin Hogan is starting for the Browns.
True.
What?
Kevin Hogan over Deshaun Kaiser.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
they benched him last week.
And Cody Kessler's still on the team.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any
So,
sense.
I will go with Houston because
Yeah,
Deshaun,
Deshaun Watson is
look
rookie of the year.
Crazy right now.
I have to pick Houston, too.
I'm going Houston. I will say this though, Myles Garrett,
2 sacks last week.
legit,
NFL
Made his
debut.
presence known.
legit, literally on his very first pro play, got his freaking sack.
And it wasn't even like, Myles Garrett's obviously a really good player, first overall pick, but like the form on that rush was just like, I'm running so fast at you that you can't do it. Like there was no form to that. It was
Well,
just
he
like,
doesn't
I'm
need
running
form.
at you.
He's a physical
Yeah.
specimen. He doesn't need form.
So are we doing clean house?
I think
Houston?
so.
I think
No, you're
so.
picking the Browns?
Oh wait.
Oh, I was.
You shook your head.
Oh, I picked Houston. I'm sorry. I was
Okay, yeah,
dealing with outside distractions.
yeah.
But the next game we have is Green Bay and Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Green Bay coming back from the.
Big
they
win. in
they had a
Dallas.
minute and 13, and Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Green Bay.
I think if Case Keenum plays, they win. The Vikings win.
I don't think the Vikings win
Wait.
regardless.
Yeah.
What?
If Sam Bradford plays, they don't win.
I think they don't win regardless.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Is Green Bay at home?
Can I have a
correct?
conditional pick
No.
like that?
Green
No.
Bay is on the road.
Is Sam Bradford going to play?
He was supposed to play Thursday.
He did play.
He barely played.
But you know what? The
Monday,
Vikings
sorry,
do have a
yeah.
chance because it's one of those rival division games. You know, they know each other well.
And it is in Minnesota.
It is in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Are you going to go with
Taylor.
Green Bay or Minnesota?
You have 5 seconds. Go.
Where is it?
3.
We can leave it blank and
Where
you
is
can
it?
just it's in Minnesota.
I'll pick Minnesota.
Okay.
I gotta go Green Bay after the Cowboys win. So
Next game we have on the docket, Detroit and New Orleans.
who's
Detroit.
Saints are home?
It doesn't matter. Detroit.
Saints are home.
I can't. I love Matt Stafford. So
The Saints secondary is awful.
yeah, and he almost led them back
Yeah,
on
I know.
a bad
He's
ankle.
Matt Stafford.
On a bad ankle. Did you guys see him limping off the field after that touchdown
Did
pass?
you? Okay, one of the best things, the whole reason I love the NFL mostly is Matt Stafford's rookie year was the year after they went 0-16, and it was like week 5, I think, or week 6 or something, and they were playing against the Browns. Both teams had won one game. And it was Brady Quinn versus Matt Stafford, legendary quarterback matchup. I think there was over like 1,200 yards in this game. It was insane.
Passing?
Yeah, the total offense.
Oh, okay.
And the very last play of the game, Matt Stafford, it was like a Hail Mary type thing. They were down by 6, and Matt Stafford was scrambling all around. It was like a 10-second play. And Matt Stafford heaves it up to the end zone, gets drilled, dislocates his shoulder, and then with time expiring, the incomplete pass, but they call it PI. So the Lions get one more play from the 1-yard line with time expired, but Matt Stafford dislocated his shoulder. So Dante Culpepper comes in the game on the goal line.
Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, I know, right?
What a legend.
And then they were confused on offense or something, so they called a timeout. And Matt Stafford's lying there on the ground, looking up at the sky. He's mic'd up for this too, which is like this is the greatest mic'd up thing ever. And he's like, oh, like he's like in audible pain,
Right.
and he's like, oh, they called timeout. I can play. I can throw the ball. And so he gets up, and the training staff's like, no, dude, sit down. Your shoulder's like out of its socket. And he's like, no, let me play. And so he takes the snap from under center, slings the ball, and goes, ah, like in audible pain, like his shoulder's still out of the socket. It's his left shoulder, so he can throw the ball still. And they win the game. And he's like, guys, I this hurts a lot. We win the game, but this
he's
I'm-
out.
Back to the locker room.
Back to the locker room.
Tape and ice.
So just having that, like, I'll show you guys the clip after this. The hit he took was by like a 325-pound defensive tackle. It was,
Wow.
it was.
So you're going. So safe to say you're going with Detroit.
Yes.
Okay.
Matt Stafford
Are you-
is, like,
Are you
my
going with
favorite
Detroit
quarterback.
too?
You know what? I'm gonna go for the little upset. I feel maybe Detroit.
I just told you that
slips up.
story, and you're gonna not pick Detroit.
I think he slips. I
New
think
Orleans.
Detroit gets one of those slip ups
Matt
where they
Stafford
do little
doesn't
back to back
slip
losses.
No.
So
George is going with New Orleans.
you guys are talking about Matthew Stafford.
My
like he's
favorite
Tom
part of
Brady,
football
like
are
he
the
doesn't slip up.
costumes.
Come on, man. But no, I got the Saints.
Next game we got New
Who'd you pick,
England.
Zach?
I picked Detroit.
Okay.
New England and the Jets.
New England.
The first place Jets.
Yeah. Well, it's tied. They're tied for
They're
first.
first place.
They're both 3-2.
They're both in first place.
Okay.
New England.
Where
Well,
is
that
it?
makes it clear.
Is it at the Jets?
It's It's
Is
in.
it on a football field? Because then I'm going to pick New England.
It is in. It is in. Oh, I should say it's in New Jersey.
Jersey.
It's in Jersey. But yeah, New England.
I have to pick
New England.
The Jets don't have Mark Sanchez, so I'm not going to pick him.
Shut up.
We
You're not
wish.
funny.
San Francisco San Francisco and Washington. Washington's
San
at
Francisco
home.
anywhere.
Washington.
Is not.
San Francisco in general. Question mark.
This was the team they wanted to trade Kirk Cousins to.
True. They're trying to tank right now for
Redskins
Sam
are at home,
Darnold.
correct?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
You have to, it's Washington every
It
time.
has to be
Not even
Washington.
close.
Yeah.
Everybody
Richard
says
would,
Washington.
Richard would pick the 49ers.
I don't know where Richard comes off with this 49er bull crap. Just pisses me
He just
off.
likes the California teams.
I mean, Brian Hoyer is like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, so.
I mean,
He's up there. Yeah.
I agree.
Arguable. It's like Tom Brady, Brian Hoyer.
This is a
I mean,
game-
I would go
He was his
I would
backup.
go Aaron
I
Rodgers,
kind of
Matt
got Hoyer for
Stafford.
Brady, but
This next game is for Tanner. Tampa Bay and Arizona.
Tampa Bay.
Arizona.
I got Tampa Bay in this one. I like him better than Arizona.
Carson Palmer's third in the league in passing yards.
That's
Tampa
a good
Bay's
fact.
secondary
That's a good
is
And,
fact.
awful.
and
That's a good
Arizona,
fact. That's a
Arizona
good
just got Adrian Peterson,
Yeah, I don't care.
but I just think Tampa Bay's a better team.
I'm going to go with
I agree with you.
Arizona.
Tampa Bay's
I like
defense
Tampa
is
Bay.
not good.
I like Tampa Bay in this one. Jameis Winston.
They're supposed to get T.J. Ward back this week. They're supposed to get Quan
That's what they always
Alexander.
say.
They'll be a little bit better.
That's what you guys.
I just
always
want to
say.
see watch Adrian Peterson just run over.
Ball out.
Yeah. Don't think that's going to
So
happen.
far,
but
he's
just
I
going
don't
one.
think,
But maybe.
flop.
I don't think just because it's his first game there, I don't think he'll get enough carries to do that.
I don't think he'll get enough carries this whole season. I think Adrian Peterson's washed up. And
Yeah, he is washed up after watching it with the Saints.
I
Poor
mean,
guy.
even last.
He should have retired at 2015 when he led the league in rushing yards.
Yep.
This game could put the Rams in first place. Rams in Jacksonville.
I'm picking Jacksonville.
I'm picking the Rams.
Damn,
George?
this is a tough
You're not
one.
gonna
This is
pick,
a tough
I can't.
one.
Mr. Cup?
The Jaguars' defense is, I think, first in scoring.
Yeah,
They have a really
and
good-
Cooper Kupp dropped a touchdown
He-
pass.
He dropped
The game winner.
a missile from Jared Goff. Only human hands.
wasn't
Human
a game
hands
winner.
can't touch. It
He's
wasn't
not a
gonna be
human
game.
though. He's
Oh.
a superhuman.
Well, he hasn't ascended to superhuman yet, but Jacksonville, Leonard Fournette. I think I can't say he's on pace to be rookie of the year because Kareem Hunt. Is,
I mean, this is
You said Deshaun
probably
Watson.
this is
It's also
probably the.
that.
I mean, Seattle's good, but I would say Jacksonville's defense is playing better. So this will be like
Yeah.
the toughest
Yeah.
matchup for Goff.
We've
Did
said-
you say the Rams?
we've
Tanner?
literally said
I still think that the Rams because I do think that Leonard. I think the Jaguars are good everywhere but quarterback.
since week 2, we've said this is the toughest matchup for Jared Goff. Ever since he played Washington.
This to me is the Rams like trap game. After just losing at home to Seahawks,
I don't think they're favored.
Then going on the road.
I don't
to
think they are because
Jacksonville
they're on the road for sure.
and Jacksonville's looking
is
good,
good.
man.
Yeah. I like the Jaguars in this one actually. Coming off the big Steelers one for sure.
All right, Zach.
Going with my Rams, baby.
All right.
All right. I'm actually surprised. I thought you'd pick Jacksonville.
No, not today.
You wearing a Leonard Fournette jersey right now?
Yeah, true. But I'm going with the Rams. I like Leonard Fournette, but
But he didn't play in the bowl game, so I don't want to root for him.
exactly. Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Big Ben coming off the lackluster performance, 5 interceptions. Says he don't got it no more.
He got cut from the fantasy team.
He got cut from the
Yeah.
fantasy team. Wow.
We have Matt Stafford and someone else.
Jameis.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that Kansas? This is
Yes.
bread and butter
Clean
sweep.
sweep.
George?
Yeah, I got Kansas City whether it's home or on the road.
Clean sweep. Bring
Against
out the
the Steelers.
brooms.
Bring out
Kansas
the
City
Browns.
just looks too
There
solid right
used to be a
now.
broom right there.
I don't care what no one's saying. Dude, Kansas City actually looks legitimately
I
solid.
said it last.
everywhere.
I said it on Monday that
Special teams is
aside
good.
from
Quarterback is good. They can
aside
pound
from
you with the ball.
who was it? Aaron
The
Rodgers.
Receivers.
Aside from Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith is the best quarterback
Yeah.
in the NFL.
He has thrown an interception.
He has not.
Neither did Tom Brady.
And it's
So he
not
met
like
that
Alex Smith is
super
actually
tough Bucks secondary.
Yeah, and it's not like Alex Smith is actually playing like conservative ball. He's
actually thrown. He's
throwing
300 yards.
I
bombs.
don't think that.
He's
I
throwing
don't think
bombs.
he's playing better than Brady.
You-
I don't
okay,
think
look,
he's better,
Tanner,
playing better.
You
than Brady.
cannot say anything more on Alex Smith because you're just the Alex Smith hater.
No, I don't think he's playing. But I feel like Tom Brady is probably playing,
Didn't
aside
he-
from Aaron Rodgers, the best football of any
Didn't-
quarterback.
yeah,
Oh, Aaron Rodgers is playing.
Have you seen his off? His how good he's doing? He leads the league
What
in
happened-
yards.
What happened in week 1?
He lost.
Yeah, he
they
did.
lost. But at the end of the
To
day,
who?
have you seen how bad the New England defense is?
Yep, it's pretty bad.
You can't blame Tom Brady for that. Kansas City actually has a good defense.
Alex Smith is playing better than Tom Brady.
I don't
They have
think
a,
he is.
Kansas City
I
has a
don't-
good overall team.
They do,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. That's the thing to me. As good as Alex Smith is playing, and yes, I'm not the biggest fan of him. He has an entire team around him that's also playing good. Other quarterbacks that are at the top right now don't have that.
The fact that Alex Smith isn't even the best quarterback on his team and is playing like this.
Okay. The fact that you think that Alex Smith should be benched, but you're making an argument for him to be the best quarterback
Other
is
than Aaron
only
Rodgers.
proving my point.
I'm just a Patrick Mahomes fan. That's all it is.
This is for George.
I don't even think the
And-
Chiefs.
me
and
with it.
me.
The Chargers and the Raiders.
Why is it for George?
Because he's a Raiders fan.
I'm a Chargers fan.
Oh,
And it's
well,
in Oakland, baby.
It is in Oakland.
Yeah, it's in Oakland. That's why.
We have
Is
momentum.
Derek Carr playing?
No.
no.
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Well, look.
He's not
From what I
playing.
read, though, so far,
I heard
Jack
it
Del
was-
Rio says that
it
he
was-
should be good
it
to
was
go.
questionable.
George, if Derek Carr plays, he's going to get sacked 6 times.
Look,
By
I
Melvin
think
And
I actually think if Carr is ready to go, Raiders win. But if we have to go with EJ again, I think Chargers going to win because I think Rivers will outscore us
If
on that point.
the
And our
Raiders are
secondary is
smart-
bad, dude. Our secondary is
Dude,
bad.
if the
so
Raiders are smart, they will not play Derek Carr.
we're like the Bucks with the secondary.
Our
bro.
pass
We literally
rush
throw it.
is really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, I've always liked Joey Bosa from Ohio State, even in his rookie year, he balled that. But I don't know about you guys, but
I'm feeling 22.
Aren't
Good
you,
one.
Who do you guys
like-
go on? Who do you guys get? Who do you guys get?
I'm gonna go
Tanner?
with the Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm
It's in
actually
Oakland.
I'm actually gonna go with the Chargers.
Remember
too.
last year in Oakland, we lined up for the game-winning field goal, and then our punter dropped the snap.
I remember that.
Chargers fan life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What?
Go.
We were lining up for a field goal, and we didn't make it. No way.
You said drop the punt, and
He was the
line-
punt. He was the holder.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm-
Snap holder.
Taylor, you going Chargers too?
Yeah.
I'm going Oakland because I think Carr plays.
I respect.
Okay,
that.
even if he plays, you
Yeah, I
think he'll
respect
win?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the Chargers, dude.
Yeah, but
It is the Chargers.
I
It-
said
bro,
okay. It is the Chargers,
You
and
guys-
they always lose.
Yeah.
But I think if the car plays, he gets hurt again.
I mean, I just think it'll be a little heavy on the Chargers because they do have to fly back from New York and then now have to take another
True.
flight up to Oakland. It's just that I think it's a little tough back-to-back little road series they got. So
We got 2 more games right now, guys.
Wait, Zach,
Denver.
you didn't pick.
I said Chargers.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Denver and the Giants.
Denver.
Bread and butter clean sweep? Question mark.
Denver.
Denver.
Yeah. I'm
Denver.
going with Denver
Who
too.
is Eli Manning going to throw the ball to?
Terrell Owens?
Dude, Evan Ingram. He's on my fantasy team. He's going to throw it to running backs who also can't run the ball. So
The Giants should sign Vincent Jackson.
Dude,
they should sign Chad Johnson.
Giants can't run
They should
it.
sign. They should trade for like anyone on the Rams.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Rams have way too many receivers.
Trade for anyone on the Rams, guys.
Or just, sign any wide receiver that's available because they literally lost their top 3. So and they lost 4, because they lost.
Well, I think Shepard might play.
Oh, well, then I guess pick up Sterling Shepard on your fantasy
No,
team.
they're still going to lose, dude. Their offense is so bad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
dude, they can't run
Yeah.
it for.
Yeah.
This is the last game. Tennessee and in Indianapolis.
I wonder who we're going to pick.
Is Mariota
It doesn't
playing?
matter. Do you think it matters?
Yeah. I do. I think that the Colts could win.
Where is it?
Tennessee.
It's in Tennessee.
On Monday.
DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry against the Indianapolis Colts defense.
Fine, Taylor. I'll pick Tennessee.
Thank you. It's not a hard choice.
Stop screaming at me.
I believe Mariota's not playing.
Into the pick.
Mariota might play, but I don't even think it matters.
See, this is where I'm tough because if Mariota doesn't play, I like Jacoby Brissett.
Brandon Weeden could be the quarterback, and they would win the game.
Wow.
Brandon Weeden?
You know what? I'm gonna just pick the Titans because of just how confident Taylor is. Like,
Watch me be
the
wrong.
way he's so confident about this is just. I'm going with Titans.
I'm going to go with Indianapolis.
You owe me $5 if they lose.
I have $6 in my bank account.
Well, then
In
you're
my
gonna
bank
have
account.
That's going to wrap it up for Bread and Butter episode 11. Taylor's got $6 in his bank account, everybody.
In my bank
Yeah, you
account.
gotta say it like
Ready
that.
to gun you down.
Signing off. I'm Zach Ferber. Alongside me, George Ventura, Tanner Nava, and Taylor Enns. We will see you guys next Monday. Have a great
Awesome,
weekend.
awesome show.
And
you guys.
have a good weekend,
Follow us
everybody.
on Twitter and stuff and
Follow us.
YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Give that a shout out.
Ah, that was hilarious.
Show your grandma.
Go Cougars.
Good.